Bam. Got that one done. Next up, we got Gonzaga against the playing. We're moving out west now, so we would have Gonzaga against the playing game, but we're not going to talk about that until we got a name for them. So Oklahoma against Missouri. Oklahoma's laying 2. That total is 141. What do you like, Jeffrey?
Gone back and forth on this one a lot. I mean, these are two teams that are hard to figure. They both had their moments. Like, it looked really good at times this season and looked really bad at times this season. I'm going Oklahoma just because I think they have better overall guard play. You know, they've got 3 guys that can really complement each other in the backcourt. But, again, Missouri, listen, Pinson's really good as a point guard. They're better up front. I just like guard play in the NCAA tournament. I think Oklahoma's got better guard play.
Yeah, and I think that guys like Devion Harmon can really get after Missouri's guard. So I don't like Missouri here. I don't love Oklahoma, to be frank, but it's just
I don't either.
You got to hold your nose and pick somebody here. So is there any chance that either of these teams can beat Gonzaga in the next round? Because
no, but they can give them a good 20 minutes.
There's a joke that I was about to say right there, but I'm not going to say it. This is a family-friendly program.
Okay.
All right. Creighton laying 7 against UC Santa Barbara. That total is 137.5. You got a good feel on this one, Jeff?
I go back and forth on it. I'm going UC Santa Barbara to cover here, and probably taking them on the money line. Just taking a shot here. You know, listen, we've talked about it. Joe Pasternak's team is they're long. They're athletic, they're big, they're talented. They've got good point guard, Ja'Cory McLaughlin. They've got a really good big guy, Miles Norris. Amadou Sow's terrific. Like, talent-wise, they're not as far off as people think overall. So I'm going to take UC Santa Barbara certainly to cover here.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I just wish that the line was a little bit higher.
Yeah.
I feel like at 7, and it's moving towards Creighton too. Like it was at 6.5, and now it's at 7.
Right.
It just feels like it's a little bit low given how good we've seen Creighton be just so far this season. But I don't want any part of backing the Blue Jays at this point. We don't know what's going on in that locker room, how connected everybody is. So I'll probably be on UCSB here too. All right, next up we have Virginia laying 7 now. That line's all the way down to 7 from 10.5 against Ohio. So let me phrase it like this. I know that you're going to be on Ohio here. What number would this have to get to for you to be on Virginia?
4, something like that, 5, somewhere in that range. Just don't have confidence in a team that hasn't been able to practice in a week, and it's going to be without at least one key player that we know of. And they keep it pretty close to the vest, so we don't know who else is going to miss this game potentially. We don't know who else got contact traced. I haven't really, again, last day I've been running, so I don't know what's come out from Tony Bennett, what he said. But, they worry me. They worry me right now. And, man, even the matchup, Kihei Clark against Jason Preston, that worries me. Kihei Clark's 5'7", Jason Preston's 6'5". Kihei's going to have trouble with Jason Preston.
Yeah, I'm not as worried about that. It's just it's the simple fact that Virginia hasn't been practicing. Right, they're not going to get to Indy until Friday, so this is just such a tough matchup. There's nothing that would make me want to be on Virginia. All right, next up would be the USC playing game. So we're going to move on past that and go to Kansas against Eastern Washington. We talked about this a little bit the other day. Kansas is laying 10.5. Is there anything that would make you want to be on Eastern Washington?
Yeah, the fact that David McCormick hasn't practiced with the team, the fact that they're not going to have Jalen Wilson, there's plenty that would lead you to believe that this is going to be a closer game than people think. It's not like Kansas is a team that probably going to go out there and score, right? Like, I don't know where they're going to get 80 from, right? Like, I mean, if Agbaji makes all his threes, he's got to make 6 or 7 threes, and Christian Brown's got to make some shots too. But I just feel like their margin for error is so small here. I mean, even talent overall. Is Eastern Washington going to be completely overwhelmed, Rob? I don't see it.
I don't think so Eastern Washington has played 4 games against high major or high major-ish competition this year. They lost by 3 against Washington State. They lost by 3 to Arizona. They lost by 5 to St. Mary's, and they lost by 17 to Oregon. So 3 of their 4 games against high major competition was basically a one-possession game.
They're older. They're older. They're an old team. I don't know. They can shoot it. I'll take Eastern Washington the points there.
Yep, same. All right, Oregon against VCU. Oregon's laying 5.5. Again, this is another one we talked about the other day. I like VCU. What do you like here?
Hasn't that – what did that start at?
Started at 6. Now it's at 5.5.
Yeah, I like Oregon to win, but I think I like VCU to cover. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't see either team pulling away from each other. Good matchup. Duarte, really two really good players in this game, Duarte and Bones Highland, and they may guard each other. So I think this game is going to be one of the better games of the first round. I'll take the points.
Yeah, I like the points here too. It's just, I think that Oregon has a significantly higher chance of advancing to like the Sweet 16 or the Elite Eight than VCU does. But at the end of the day, I think these are two really similar teams, and laying 5.5 is just I think that's too many points in a game that I do probably end up being close at one possession. So I would be on VCU in this spot as well. All right, last game that we have is going to end up being Iowa minus 14.5 against Grand Canyon. I've seen a lot of people on Grand Canyon so far, Jeff. Are you on Grand Canyon too?
Well, because they got size, right? They got Alessandra Lever and Asborn Midgard, two big boys that can bang with Luka Garza. Like Luka is going to have his hands full a little bit, to be honest. But the difference in this team is going to be on the perimeter. And again, we forget it's not just Luka Garza on Iowa. They have a lot of really good players. Wieskamp looked healthy. Bohannon looks better. So I'm going to take Iowa here to run away from Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I feel like the reason people are on Grand Canyon is because they expect that Midgard would be able to slow down Garza. And look, we know the secret to beating Iowa, right? You got to have a big guy that can slow him down so you don't have to double team. So I get that to a point, but the problem is I don't know how they're going to guard at the 4 spot because they play two guys that are 6'10", and 6'11", and Joe Wieskamp a lot of times is playing at the 4. Maybe Connor McCaffrey, and those guys can beat a 6'10" guy at the dribble. So I like Iowa there. Boom, time's up. We did it, Jeff.
We did it.
We're going to do that again tomorrow. For
tomorrow, we got games. We got first 4 games. You know where I'm headed tomorrow? Right after we finish this podcast tomorrow.
Where are you headed?
Mackey Arena, baby. Mackey Arena. I don't even know how far is it. An hour?
I have no idea.
I think it's about an hour. I'm gonna check right now. Mackey Arena. So after I finish this, it's about an hour and 15 minutes. I'll go to Purdue, the house that Robbie Hummel built. And you think, is there a statue out there of Hummel, do you think?
Yeah, but it's going to have him on crutches with a big-ass knee brace on.
Jumping, like trying to – that 19-inch vertical? A statue with a 19-inch vertical.
Taking a set shot. Trying to slap the back.
Oh, man. All right. Well, listen, we will see everybody tomorrow. We'll do it again. We'll do the last 2 regions. And